John Cullen. What is happening? Mr. Cullen, are you there? Okay, Mr. Khalil Withers Fleming. You're muted.
I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
No problem. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Khalil Jamal Withers Fleming. File number is 19-04729 SM. Mr. Fleming, today's the date set for a arraignment on a probation violation. I'm just trying to locate the violation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I'm in a violation here, or an alleged violation. It states that you violated the terms of your probation by failing to submit to random PBT testing at Adam as directed on August 6, 2021, September 8, 2021, September 27, 2021, and October 4, 2021. It also alleged that you failed to make monthly payments as directed, and that you were behind $336 in payments as of September 30th. So you have the right to proceed to a contested hearing on the alleged violation. You have the right to be represented by counsel at that violation hearing. If you would like to plead guilty, or if you are found guilty at the time of hearing of the violations, you can be terminated from probation. You can be sentenced to a term of jail time. Your sentence probation can be extended, or you may be subject to other increased sanctions, like more testing or something. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you want to request court-appointed counsel to represent you for the probation violation?
I really don't know if that's. I don't know how to answer that question. Yes.
You don't know if you want an attorney to represent you or not?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, so I'll note here that you're requesting court-appointed counsel. I'll set this matter for a hearing. That'll give you an opportunity to meet with the public defender's office to establish any defense you may have to the alleged violations, okay?
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know if, because I am guilty of it. I did miss my testing.
Okay, well, let me stop you, because I'm gonna let you speak to a court-appointed counsel first, because it's more than one violation on here. And I know there was multiple dates. So it's in your best interest, sir, to speak with a public defender, which was your initial request, before you make your decision, or before you state anything on the record that could be used against you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
The next available date. We can do November 22nd at 1:30. Be November 22nd at 1:30 for your hearing. I do have a representative here, Mr. Keithley from the Public Defender's Office. I can put you in a private meeting room with him right now, so he can get some information from you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Fleming?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, Mr. Cullen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
Okay, your matter was scheduled today for 8:30, but the plaintiff, Louise Sleeve, has not appeared. Let me double check and make sure that they didn't appear in person and that they're not sitting outside. And I'll call the case after I find out. Okay, no one has appeared for the plaintiff, so the case is going to be dismissed for failure to prosecute, okay?
Okay, very good. And the court will send a notice of the dismissal?
We will, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Same to you. Okay, that's done. Let me see here. Someone did not appear. Eris Ellis did not appear. Oh, this is somebody. Cheney did not appear. Okay, Mr. Keithley, were you finished speaking with Mr. Fleming?
I am, Your Honor. At this time, I believe Mr. Withers Fleming would like to admit to the violations.
Okay. Back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Khalil Withers Fleming. We left the record briefly while Mr. Fleming had an opportunity to engage some communication with the public defender's office, and you want to plead guilty to the violations, Mr. Withers Fleming?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Withers Fleming, there's a violation number 13 that alleges that you failed to submit to random testing at Adam on various days, and there's a violation number 6 that you failed to make monthly payments and that you were behind. And so before I accept or get into the plea, I want you to understand that you have the right to have a hearing on this and have a prosecutor and or the probation department provide evidence to support these allegations. But if you are guilty or you're found guilty of these violations, you could be subject to increased sanctions, termination of your probation, or a jail sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you still want to waive your right today and plead guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody promise you anything to waive your hearing and plead guilty today?
No, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
As to violation number 13, that you failed to submit to random testing at Adam back on August 6th, September 8th, September 27th, and October 4th, 2021. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay. And during those dates, were you ordered to go and test as part of your probationary period?
Yes.
And did you report for testing on August 6th?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did you report on on September 8th?
No, ma'am.
What about September 27th?
No, ma'am. I believe I missed that day too.
And what about October 4th?
I missed that day too, Your Honor.
Okay, one more. Any explanations why you missed these dates?
At the moment, I was working from 6 to 6, or like 6 to 6:30, and it was kind of hard to get there on time. My probation officer asked for like the proof, but I'm working through a temp service. I was working through a temp service, and they couldn't really give me an actual fit schedule because it was like various between 6 and 6:30 sometimes. They couldn't give me a fit schedule, so I couldn't get her a whole schedule. I had Mr. Pulowski. I guess Mr. Pulowski stopped working, so I didn't have a probation officer for a moment. They just said I didn't have a probation officer,
Okay.
so I didn't
And then
even
that's
know.
the violation.
Sorry.
That's the violation. Okay, that's the violation number 6, that you failed to make monthly payments as directed and that you were behind $336 as of September 30th. How do you plead?
I plead guilty to that too. I didn't know that I was supposed to make payments. Mr. Pulowski never told me that. He told me as long as I had the $800 paid before March, I was just fine. And then he just like basically up and left.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Pulaski, just for the record, is no longer here, but you do have a probation officer, and they have a manager in the probation department that you could have communicated. But the court is satisfied with the factual basis, both violations. I'll accept your plea if your plea be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The recommendation was to impose 3 days in the Ingham County Jail with testing for 45 days and making payments, or until you're in compliance of such. Says that you only test 2 times a month, but sometimes you can't test due to employer, but you have never provided proof to probation. And when he does test, it is negative. So it sounds like when you're going to test, you haven't gotten any positives. The issue of is you're not reporting to testing.
Yes.
And your probation officer requested for you to provide verification of your work hours?
Yes, ma'am. Well,
Okay.
I had got exposed to. I'm sorry. I had got exposed to COVID due to my daughter, so I had got laid off. I still have my weekend job, which is
okay. We're gonna focus because there's an issue I want to clear up here for you.
Yes, ma'am.
If you work for a temp agency and you said the last week you were working 6 to 6, you should be able to provide proof, and the agency should have been able to provide proof that you were working from 6 to 6.
Right.
I recognize that you may not be able to provide proof of a future schedule, but you could have
Mhm.
provided some evidence that actually I was working during these dates through a temp agency. And so that's
Yes,
what
ma'am.
you did not prove. You never provided proof, is what they said in their recommendation. It's
Yes,
your
ma'am.
responsibility to follow the court orders as it relates to your probation. So the court is going to continue your probation. I think you were originally sentenced to serve a term of, I don't think that's in the right file. You had 10 months of probation,
Yes, ma'am.
and you were ordered on probation back in May.
Ma'am.
I'm going to continue your probation. I'm not going to extend it at this time. You need to, primarily the concern for me at this point is really your testing. You need to make sure you're testing. You say you're not, you did get laid off? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I had got laid off, but I still work my weekend job, but I got laid off from Woodbridge due to
Okay,
my exposure to COVID.
okay. When did you get laid off?
I want to say it was in October, but I can't really remember the actual date.
Okay. Okay. Well, you need to continue your testing. You need to be testing at least 2 times per week. I mean, sorry, per month, which I think was the original request, and you were not being compliant. You need to continue with that testing.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't care what your work schedule is, you got a requirement before this court to test. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am. And again, I'm very sorry.
The original sentence, if I should remind you, is I sentenced you to 180 days in Ingham County Jail with
Yes, ma'am.
credit for 1 day. So you're gonna need to make sure you're compliant. I'm sorry, credit for 91 days. You're gonna need to be compliant, otherwise you're gonna serve the rest of this time. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for the court?
No, ma'am.
Have you been in contact with probation recently?
Yes, actually, I talked to my probation officer. I got a new probation officer now. I guess Miss Kendall, I want to say. That's her name.
Okay, make sure you're in communication with your probation officer. I just wanted to make sure you knew who your new probation officer was. So
Yes, ma'am.
unless you have any questions for the court, you're all set. Continue your probation and make sure you're testing. Otherwise, you'll be serving the rest of this jail time that was sentenced at the time of your sentencing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're all set, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. The Michigan versus Jamal Hamade. The file number is 20-020002 Counsel Mechanics.
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron Housefield on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel, P73181, and just for the record, I'm Mr. Amade's standby counsel. When you indicated you represent himself and he's present standing at the courtroom.
Thank you. Mr. Hamade, can you state your name for the record, please?
Jamal Hamad.
How are you today?
I'm finding myself.
I'm doing very well, thank you. Today's the date and time set for a jury trial. My understanding is that we are going to proceed to jury trial, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so, Mr. Hamade, I did appoint standby counsel. You've requested multiple times to represent yourself. Prior to you being evaluated at the forensic center, the court indicated that if you came back competent, that the court would reconsider your request to be self-represented. You have the right to court-appointed counsel, but you can deny that if you don't want to avail yourself of the court-appointed counsel. I just want to make sure that you are aware of the risk, and the pitfalls that can be inherent in you representing yourself. Okay, are you familiar with the court rules at all?
No,
Okay, are you familiar with the voir dire process, how to select a jury?
no,
Okay, are you familiar with the rules of evidence?
no,
Okay, so this is a dangerous situation you're putting yourself in.
I know.
Okay, and so with that understanding, you still wish to deny the assistance of counsel, correct?
Stand by.
No, what I recognize is your standby for your assistance, but you're not requesting court-appointed counsel to represent you, is what you're stating. You want to represent yourself. So he's not going to engage, he's not going to do the voir dire, he's not going to cross-examine the witnesses, he's not going to have to respond to objections by the prosecutor. You are.
Okay.
And you want to do that.
Okay.
No, I didn't ask you okay it. Is
Yes,
that what you want to do, or would you like to reconsider your request for appointment of counsel?
I represent myself. Your Honor.
Okay, with that understanding, is there any preliminary matters we need to do before
Yes, Your Honor, there are a number. May I approach?
you may?
Thank you. Your Honor, what I have just handed the court is a copy of the amended complaint as filed when we were here last before the court. If the court will recall, there was a date issue on count 1. It was initially dated as 6/2 instead of 6/27. So the people filed an amended complaint, although Your Honor indicated that when it was sworn to, the officer had written in the correct date, but took the amended complaint regardless. Now, what I have determined at this point, Your Honor, is that the people are moving to dismiss counts 1
Okay,
and 4 as listed on the amended complaint, proceeding to trial on the current counts 2 and 3, but for purposes of the jury instructions, jury verdict form, would ask that those counts now be referred to as 1 and 2, meaning that count 1 will proceed as the date of offense of 7/18/2019, and count 2 will proceed as the date of offense of 8/16/19. So rather than filing yet another amended complaint, I have provided for the court a copy with the counts 1 and 4 marked through and new dates written in, because as Your Honor will read the complaint to the jury, the on or about will change to just include the date range of the 2 counts that we are proceeding on, if that is clear so far. So essentially, I am moving to dismiss counts 1 and 4 and have the court proceed taking counts 2 and 3 respectively to 1 and 2.
okay. Did you want to respond to the motion?
Okay, that's fine. I have other things to say.
Nope, we're gonna address the motion. You don't run the show, I do, okay?
All right.
Okay, you have no objection, or you don't want to respond to their request, correct?
She's dropping 2 charges. Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
thank you. Okay, so the court will grant your request that counts 1 and 4 will be dismissed. The court, again, will adopt the amended complaint and will which incorporates count 2 and 3, but we will make that now counts 1 and 2 with the dismissals of 1 and 4.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Any additional preliminary matters for the prosecution.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. The people plan to introduce, and I have for the court, a flash drive containing a series of voicemails that are the basis of these particular charges. The voicemails contain, on each individual voicemail, there are multiple statements, which would be inadmissible statements on their own. Therefore, the people are going to be playing portions of and skipping ahead other portions of these voicemails. So I want to make the defendant aware that the voicemails will not be coming in their entirety, but it is due to what the people perceive to be inadmissible statements to his benefit to have excluded. So I'd like to have any rulings or objections placed now and not in the presence of the jury. He may still object certainly to the admissibility, but the plan of playing them not in their entirety, because I believe that if we do this in front of the jury, it's going to be potentially prejudicial and confusing to the jury.
Thank you. Did you want to respond to them? Or
Yes, I do object, play the evidence in full.
I'm sorry?
I said, the defendant do object to that.
Okay,
That's a
based on what?
deception, because that's deceiving the jury. Play the evidence in full.
You would like for them to play the evidence in full?
That's correct.
Okay, well, there's portions of the recordings that would not be admissible in court, which would actually be in your favor.
Right, be in my favor.
Yeah, portions of it that they don't want to play is because it will be prejudicial to you, or it's not admissible. And you want them to play the prejudicial portions.
Everything.
Okay, I recognize or note that you are objecting. I'm going to deny your objection, and we will proceed as requested by the prosecutor. The prosecutor will only be allowed to play portions that are deemed admissible as part of the rules of evidence, okay?
Your Honor, with the understanding that should he testify and open the door to these statements, the people can come back and play them in the same rules of evidential manner that they would be able to cross-examine a witness who opens the door to something that otherwise would be inadmissible as admitted by the prosecution.
Yes, okay, and so we haven't discussed, or I don't know if you made a decision as to whether or not you intend to call yourself as a witness. You have the right to remain silent at trial, so you do not have to testify. Do you understand that?
Yes.
But if you would like to testify at that point, at the appropriate time, the court will allow you to take the stand for the jury, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so did you have any, yes.
I'm sorry, I have one more. If we're done with this one.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. The final thing that the people would raise is that I am asking that the investigating detective on this matter be allowed to stay in the courtroom during the pendency of the trial.
The request for the investigating detective will be granted.
Thank you.
The defense object.
The objection is noted. What is the basis of the objection?
The defense requests to sequester the witness.
Okay, well, the witnesses will be sequestered with the exception of the detective that did the investigation, okay?
How many witnesses is here?
I'm not
The
sure.
people have two, Your Honor.
They have two witnesses.
It's not sequestered.
There's going to be the person who's the second witness. Well, I'm assuming the detective testifying?
The detective is testifying as well as one lay witness, Your Honor.
Okay, so the lay witness will be sequestered and the detective will be able to stay in, and the detective did the investigation. So the court doesn't believe that provides any prejudicial effect to you, okay? It's actually pretty typical. Mr. Doyle is on standby if you have questions about that, okay? Any additional preliminary matters? for the
Nothing for the
prosecution?
people, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, and Mr. Hamade?
Yes, I have, is there a way I can get a copy of the arrest warrant and a police report for this case?
Okay, today's the day of trial. We're not doing discovery requests. You should have had your discovery before now.
There was never an arrest warrant,
Do you have a complaint there?
a complaint.
Yeah, in your file.
I have, the only paperwork I received was the 25-page paper, and then when I made bail, that
Oh.
paperwork.
Okay, so you got a copy of discovery from your previous counsel?
The 25-page paper, is that it? Is that it? Yeah, I got that.
Okay, did you make any additional discovery requests to the
No.
prosecution's office? Because you don't make them to me, I don't have it.
Your Honor, I can address this. He did make a discovery request at the end of last week. My office, he made the request electronically to an email address. The discovery unit responded back, made all the information or the discovery material available to him, as well as a flash drive. He was emailed because the voicemails were not in a way that could be sent in an electronic, like PDF, if you will, Your Honor, but he did receive an email with the other documents and an email that he could pick up the flash drive at the prosecutor's office. So my understanding is things were made available to him from his prior counsel, but also through my office as well.
Okay, so did you go pick up the stuff you requested from the prosecutor's office?
No, you telling me that the arrest warrant is on the flash drive?
I'm not sure what you requested.
Because I was arrested, but I never had a warrant.
Okay, there was a warrant issued. Was
We don't generally keep a copy of the warrant, Your Honor, because that's filed with the court and with lien, and we don't have a reason to keep a warrant, Your Honor, because that gets placed into lien.
Your police report is really, I never see documentation of my arrest. It was more in the ballpark of me being kidnapped by the police. No, I was gonna pay because the officers told my mother he was gonna give her.
okay, sir, you can't just speak out a term because again, there's rules to this.
Okay.
And that's why there's an advantage of having an attorney, okay? You can't just say whatever you want. Some things you could say can be used against you and it won't be to your benefit. You understand that? Okay. And so there was I have a warrant in my file. So there is a warrant. I don't know what you requested. The court doesn't address discovery. That goes to the prosecutor. Sounds like the prosecution's office has responded to you and made the information available to you. You did not go and pick it up. Okay, so any additional preliminary matters?
And one last thing, all the paperwork and the prosecutor concede is true and accurate, complete and accurate.
I'm sorry?
All the paperwork, because it's being updated, because the final pre-trial, she updated paperwork and she updated paperwork now.
The court's already adopted that, so
True and
move on.
accurate. Can she concede? Is what I'm-
Concede what?
That all the paperwork is true and accurate.
She doesn't need to make a concession. This is signed and ordered by the court. She's not making a concession.
Okay,
Any other?
that'd be it right now.
Okay, thank you. Did you provide the court with your copy of requested jury instruction?
I'll have jury instructions.
Okay. We're gonna adjourn until the jury is here. I'm gonna go prepare the jury instructions. I've received the prosecution's request for jury instruction. There were none submitted by the defense.
And for the record, Your Honor, I will state that when I made this submission to the court on Friday, I provided them to Mr. Doyle, but I also provided them to the email that the defendant used to make his discovery request, so that they were going to him directly as well.
Thank you. We're off the record for now. I'll let you know when the jury is here, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can you give me your name, please?
Sharon Burt.
Okay, Mr. Bird, let me see. Mr. Keithley is representing you. He is on Zoom. We're waiting for the prosecutor. I'll see if Mr. Keithley needs to speak to you privately, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I'll put you on mute until I'm ready to call your case.
Okay.
Hi, is it Amanda Kialfi or
Yeah,
Cialfi?
hi.
Hi, I can't see you. Okay. How are you today, ma'am?
I'm good. My appointment's not until 9:30.
Okay, that's fine. Let me see if your attorney needs to speak with you though.
Okay, thank you.
Um, do we have your attorney? Yes. I don't have your attorney.
The last one I see is Tara Donnelly. So that in October 20th. She filed anything.
Donnelly?
Yeah.
Okay, good morning, Miss Donnelly.
Morning, Your Honor.
Are you representing Amanda Cialfi?
Miss Tiaffi, yes.
Do you need to speak with her?
Not if she doesn't need to speak with me. We've spoken before today.
Ms. Cialfi, did you need to speak to your attorney before we proceed on your case?
Just for a few minutes, if that would be possible.
Absolutely. Let me put you in a private meeting room. Okay, Mr. Keithley, are you there?
I am, Your Honor.
Did you need to speak with Farron Burt?
If I could, please.
Okay, just a moment. I'll put her in your breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, is it Kayla Kang?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a file number with you at all, ma'am?
I apologize. Would you mind repeating that?
Do you have a case number?
Yes, ma'am. Let me grab my paperwork. The case number is showing 21-02278.
You're supposed to be in Judge Ward's courtroom?
This is the information that they gave me was for this Zoom ID for this room.
Okay, I'm gonna give you her Zoom ID, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, it's 934.
Okay.
285.
Okay.
9288.
Would you mind repeating that just to make sure I have it correct?
Absolutely. 934 285 9288.
Thank you.
No problem. We'll send an email and let them know that you're logging in to her courtroom now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What's her last name?
Kane. Kayla Kane. Okay. Who do we have in the jail?
Joseph
What's
Herrick.
your name? Joseph Herrick?
Joseph Herrick. Yep.
Okay. Mr. Vukovic, I see your client is here, Isaac Flores.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's going on? Is Ms. Housebrook still there?
Well, then I will go ahead and do that round concluded then. Thank you.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Isaac Jose Flores, file number 21-02338, counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Erin Housefield on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. Andrew Vukovic on behalf of Mr. Isaac Flores, who is present on the call.
Thank you. Today's the date that was set for a plea. There was an offer extended that the defendant was to plead guilty to an added count 2 of disorderly jostling, and there was a restitution amount, and I believe it was $3,567.80. Is that still the plea offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Vukovic, how does your client want to proceed?
I've had a chance to look into the case and interview some additional witnesses, Your Honor. I shared my findings with the prosecutor. Haven't had a chance to discuss that with her yet, but I cannot advise my client to proceed with the plea. We would, I guess, at this point, ask to have it set for trial.
Okay, we'll set this matter for final pretrial.
It is now.
And then a jury trial.
November 29th, 8 a.m. for the final pretrial.
Okay, the final pretrial will be November 29th at 8 a.m. and that's in person, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the jury trial.
Monday, December 6th.
The jury trial will be December 6th at 8 o'clock, okay?
Yes,
Do
Your
you have
Honor.
any questions today, Mr. Flores?
No, I do not.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people, thank you.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Flores and Mr. Vukovic. Okay, Mr. Herrick is represented by Mr. Keithley. Mr. Herrick, your attorney is in a private meeting room talking to someone else, so when he's available, I'll see if I can have you meet with him, okay?
Okay.
Okay. What did I just say? Flores. Who's on the Galaxy or the Adventures Galaxy A12?
Joseph Smith, that'd be me.
Thank you. Give me your name, hun, please. Okay. I see Jovan Walker. You're muted though, sir.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Sir. Let me see the file. Let's see that, court appointed counsel.
Walker. Yeah, I just entered his appearance this morning. It's Mr. Evans.
Okay. Let me get out of here. Okay, Mr. Walker, we're gonna see if we can find your attorney, okay?
Actually, it's Donnelly.
Oh, it is. Is that who it is?
Yeah, I had the wrong name.
Thank you, Miss Donnelly. Was she in a break? She might be in a breakout room. Yeah, she is. Okay, thank you.
He asked me if I saw my lawyer again, but I didn't even see the judge at all. I mean, he asked if I talked to my lawyer, but I was only talking to him.
Miss Donnelly?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let me see. Is your, you ready to proceed with Ms. Diafi?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Amanda Siafi, file number 21-02726 SM, counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron Hospital on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Amanda Tiafi, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date that was set for pre-trial. How are we proceeding at this time?
Your Honor, I adjourned this for 2 weeks last time so that my office can respond to a potential conflict. Both her and her husband have been charged and requested court-appointed attorneys and been appointed a public defender. They're both in front of you, Your Honor. But I adjourned it for 2 weeks, and I, unfortunately, for various reasons, I haven't gotten a word back yet. I still expect to get an answer. In fact, I will hopefully get one this week. So I would be requesting an adjournment for next week or the week after.
I'm sorry?
We can do November 22nd at 10.
November 22nd at 10 a.m.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Giaffi?
No, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set for today. Thank you, ma'am.
Have a good day, Your Honor.
You too. Ms. Donnelly, are you representing Mr. Walker?
I am, Your Honor.
You need to speak to him?
Not if he doesn't need to speak with me. I've spoken to him before. We're ready to proceed.
Okay, Mr. Walker, did you need to speak with your attorney before we proceed?
No.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Javon Deshaun Walker. File number is 21-02464 SM. Can I have your appearances, counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron Hospital on behalf of the people.
An Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Javon Walker, who's appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date that was set for a pre-trial. How do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, I haven't received an offer for Mr. Walker. I requested this be set for a final pretrial and jury trial.
November 29th and December 6th.
Okay, your final pretrial will be November 29th at 8 a.m. in person here at the court. Your jury trial will be December 6th at 8 a.m. in person at the court. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Walker?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people, thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Walker. We'll see you on the 29th.
Thank you. Your Honor. You have a nice day.
Have a good one. I'm not sure who's on the Galaxy A02. And Mr. Smith was represented by,
Me, Your Honor.
okay, are you ready to proceed on Mr. Smith?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you check to see if he's taking care of this? Okay, thank you. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Joseph Austin Smith in file number 21-01151, counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron Husband on behalf of the people.
An assistant public defender, Sarah Donnelly, on behalf of the defendant, Joseph Smith, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Today's the date set for pretrial. Back on the 24th, this matter was adjourned because there were records that were still pending. I believe I previously indicated that you needed to get your fingerprints done. You've not done that.
They said to get my fingerprints done.
Yeah, I told you to get your fingerprints done last time you were here. You need to come down to City Hall and go to the police department so you can be printed.
Okay, that's fine. I just work a job during the day, so that's a little difficult for me. I thought I had mentioned that last time, but I can get down there and do that.
I can revoke your bond and then you can turn yourself in on a warrant and then get printed. It's whichever one works for you.
No, ma'am, I can go down there, no problem.
Thank you. So how are we going to proceed in this matter at this time, Ms. Donnelly? Did you get your records?
Yes, Your Honor, I did get my records, and based on that, I was going to request a 30-day adjournment so that I can have an investigator follow up on those records.
December 13th, I think.
Okay, we'll adjourn this matter for 30 days. It's going to be December 13th. What time?
9:30.
At 9:30. Okay, and then Mr. Smith, when are you gonna go and get your prints done?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
When are you gonna go get your fingerprints done?
I can go do them today since it's needed.
You can go today?
Yeah, since it's needed.
Okay, yes, if you could do that today, that would be greatly appreciated, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people, thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, you're all set, Mr. Smith. We'll see you, well, the building will see you today, but we'll see you in the courtroom on the 13th of December, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're all set.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. There. I believe Herrick is represented by Mr. Keith. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Are we ready on Ms. Burt?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're on the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Farron Burt, and file number 21-02620 SM, counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron Housefield on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Farron Burt, who is present via Zoom.
Today is the date that is set for a pretrial. How do we want to proceed, counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. An offer was extended to Ms. Burt this morning of her pleading to an amended charge, or I guess an added charge of embezzlement with a value of under 200 with an agreement to the full amount of restitution in this matter. At this time, Ms. Burt would like to have her case set for final pretrial and trial.
You said it was embezzlement. What amount for the offer?
Under 200, Your Honor.
December 6th at 8 a.m. December 13th.
Final pretrial will be scheduled for December 6th at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's here in person at the court.
December 20th.
I'm sorry?
December 20th.
Jury trial is going to be set for December 20th at 8 a.m. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Burt?
No. Is that in person or on Zoom?
They're both in person.
Okay.
Okay, and your offer will remain open to the time of your final pretrial, okay?
Okay.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people. Thank you.
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, you're all set, Ms. Burt.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Keithley, did you need to speak to Mr. Herrick?
If I could, please, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll add him to your breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's see. Who is on the Galaxy A02? Sir, can you unmute? You're muted.
Julio Montes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Donnelly, is that your client?
Yes, Your Honor. But before we're going on the record, can I speak with Ms. Housefield in a breakout room?
Absolutely, I'll add her to your breakout room.
Thank you.
Hey, you want to clean something, wipe that up. The step, see that stuff? You
Okay, are we ready on Mr. Montez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Julio Montes, file number 21-02842. Counsel appearance, please.
Thank you, Honor. Aaron Housefield on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Julio Montes, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date set for pretrial on a dog at large. How are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. After speaking with Ms. Housefield, we agreed to adjourn this for 30 days so that give the prosecutor and or animal control time to investigate the matter for any offers or pursuit of the case decisions.
December 13th at 10.
December 13th at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Honor.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're all set.
Thanks, Chef.
Okay, are we ready on Mr. Herrick?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Joseph Allen Herrick, file number 21-02984 SM. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Honor. Aaron Housefield on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Joseph Herrick, who is present via the Polycom system today.
Thank you. And today's date scheduled for a pretrial. Was there an offer extended on this?
There was not, Your Honor. We would be asking that this matter be set for final pretrial and trial.
December 6th for final pretrial. And December 20th.
Okay, December 6th will be final pretrial at 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court, and then the jury trial will be December 20th at 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you have any questions today for the court, Mr. Herrick?
Currently awaiting a probation violation hearing with Ms. Dragnachuk. Will I be able to be bonded in this charge, or will this not come with a bond?
Okay. You have a probation violation. Hold on, it looks like your bond in this matter was set at 3,010%. Okay. The bond is reasonable under the circumstances, 3,010%.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know who this Lacey female is. I've never met her, so.
Mr. Herrick, can I advise
Sorry.
talking?
Okay.
I apologize.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people. Thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set for today, Mr. Herrick.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Nickel? Not sure which matter you're here for. Is it Wozbinski?
No, I was here along with Ms. Donnelly to speak with Mr. Douglas Jackson. I represent him on a felony matter.
Got it. Okay. Okay, we don't have anybody else here.
Is there a host that can place myself, Mr. Donnelly, Ms. Donnelly, and Mr. Nickel in a breakout room, please?
says you guys are already in room 2, so you should be able to just go back there, and I added Mr. Nickel.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You can open that door if you want to get a lawyer in here. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, they're closing you. Okay. Let's see, make sure we're in business here.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
Is this Mr. Jackson?
Yes, sir, Mr. Nickel, how you doing?
Well, okay. Ms.
Well-
Donnelly and
Good,
Mr.
how are you
Nickel,
doing?
you both need to speak with him, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I need to step out then. Okay. The volume's on the black one. Okay, thank you, Mr. McDaniel.
on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Nathan William Ballard, file number 20-001000FY, counsel appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Abbott with the Public Defender's Office representing Mr. Ballard. He is present and standing to my right.
Okay, how are you, Mr. Ballard? Say it's a date set for sentencing. The court does have a pre-sentence report and recommendation. Did you get a copy of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, any objections or needs to make corrections on this report?
No, Your Honor. Although it lists him as employed at Burger King, that's old information. He's been working for a lawn care and landscaping company.
Okay, which company is that?
GNR.
I can hear you.
GNR.
GNR? Okay, I'm gonna note it here in the file, but of course, if you're placed on probation today, employment will be a requirement, so you'll need to make sure you provide verification to your probation officer, okay, sir?
Your Honor, it's a seasonal work, mowing lawns, and this time of year, things are quite slow. So once it starts snowing again, he'll probably be more actively.
Okay, sounds good. Did you want to address the court prior to sentencing?
Thank you, Your Honor. He was scheduled for sentencing August 25th, but at the time he was actually incarcerated in Clinton County Jail. He served 60 days up in Clinton County and then came here in October and was arraigned in October after he got out of jail in Clinton County. So I'd ask the court to go along with the recommendations. He's gainfully employed. He was in trouble up there for a drunk driving case. And he's scheduled for, is it sentencing? Sentencing in a couple of weeks in Clinton County. I'd ask the court to go along the recommendations so he can maintain his employment and continue working on sobriety. Thank you.
Mr. Ballard, did you want to make your own statement? You do not have to. Mr. Abbott is here to talk for you, but if you would like to address the court, you can do so now. Okay, I've had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report recommendation and the defendant's criminal history.
And they're still on it too.
Okay, and there was, I think, no objection to 7411 at the time of sentencing. Okay, and so based on the report and recommendation, the court believes that granting 7411 status would be appropriate, so the court will grant that. It means you're going to be placed on a 10-month term of probation. That way you can continue, as your attorney said, to work on your sobriety. You'll make sure you're getting stable employment, and you can benefit from any of the other resources of programming that's going to be ordered. Okay, sir? Okay, and so while on probation, well, the court's going to impose 24 days Ingham County Jail credit for 24. Then you'll be placed on a 10-month term of probation. While on probation, there's a $30 per month probation oversight fee that you will be responsible for, okay? Okay. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and you're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substances unless you have a valid prescription. Do you understand that? Not to be at any nightclubs or bars while on probation. You're going to be required to submit to random PBTs in your analysis. Do you understand that? You're responsible for the fee associated with doing those drops, okay?
Okay.
Are you participating in some level of outpatient right now?
I'm not.
In order that you obtain or maintain employment, and I recognize you're in the landscaping industry now, so may be a little slow, but this is Michigan. I'm sure I'll pick up, okay? You're gonna need the money to pay these oversight fees as well as money to drop. I don't want you saying you can't do it because you didn't have the money to do so. That is essential and germane to your being able to be successful on this probation and for you to get discharged satisfactory, okay? To make sure you are dropping when ordered and that you're clean when you're dropping, okay? Is that a yes? Yeah. I'm gonna order that you participate in any programming or treatment as recommended by probation. Okay, as to fines and costs, there's a $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed, $50 state minimum cost that must be assessed. If you do 10 months of probation at $30 per month, that'll be $300 total. You have a grand total of $425 that you're gonna need to pay, okay? And you'll be able to make monthly payments each month to get that paid in full. So you'll be able to make a payment about $43 a month, okay? I have here an advice of rights and plea information sheet. It states that you have the right to request a hearing for early discharge from probation once you have completed half the term originally ordered by the judge. You must file a motion for early termination of probation with the court. You cannot request a hearing for early discharge until all rehabilitative requirements have been completed and there has been no probation violations within the 90 days preceding your request for early termination for probation, okay? You have the right to retain or hire an attorney to represent you for that hearing. You do not have the right to court-appointed counsel for that. So Mr. Abbott cannot represent you if you need a hearing for consideration of early discharge from probation. However, I've not held a hearing on those yet. I've granted them based on the written request, okay? If you are on probation for domestic violence, stalking, CSC, human trafficking violations, or an offense where the defense was asserted of guilty but mentally ill, you would not be eligible for early discharge from probation. That does not apply to you, that last section there, okay? Because that's not what, you're not on probation for any of those things. So essentially, in summation, you can request after 5 months in, because you have 10 months, if you've not had any violations within the 3 months prior to that, you can submit in writing a request for early discharge from probation satisfactorily, okay? Do you have any questions for the court? Any additional matters for the record?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, sir. And
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome.
He's got to create a document.
Just have to see.
So you take it down.
What is it? Just have to go.
Okay, we don't really want to break up. Let me see. No. Oh, I don't know who that is. Okay, that must be someone with their attorney. Okay, who's in SMT 10 block?
Douglas Jackson, ma'am.
Okay. Are you ready on Mr. Jackson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Did Mr. Nickel get to speak to him before he left?
Yes, we did. We have a conversation with him.
Thank you. On the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Douglas Jackson, the file numbers here are 21-02865, 21-02213, and 21-02347 SM. Counsel appearance, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Erin Housefield on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Douglas Jackson, who is appearing from the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Thank you. Today's the date, Mr. Jackson. That was scheduled for a video pretrial conference. How do we want to proceed, Ms. Donnelly?
Your Honor, at this time, we are working on a global resolution. So we would request a 2-week adjournment. There is a preliminary exam set in front of Judge Ward on Friday. There might be, we plan to have the offer and plea at that point, and then possibly have the dismissals in this case, but 2 weeks should be fine for us to complete the global resolution. Thank you.
Okay, give me just a moment. Okay, we'll reschedule them for November 22nd at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Donnelly.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people, thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Jackson.
Hey, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Who's on the phone number ending in 0400?
What you say?
400.
That's you.
That's
Yeah,
Jerry
yeah.
King, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. King, you need to dial in with the instructions that were sent to you so you can have video. You cannot do a criminal proceeding over the phone, okay?
I didn't think it was a criminal.
Well, it is.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor.
No problem. So you can hang up. The instructions were on the sheet on how to log in. We're using my meeting ID. That way you'll have video, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, who's on the Galaxy Note 9?
What's that?
You're muted.
Yes, hi, it's me, Anaya Brooks.
She said that
Okay,
was.
Anaya Brooks, thank you. And who's on the iPhone?
Ladesha Moore Brinkley.
Okay. Corbett and Overman are also here.
Your Honor, if I could have a brief moment in a breakout room with Ms. Housefield, we need a couple minutes and then we'll be ready to go.
Not right now. We're preparing for
Okay.
jury trial, so if you all didn't engage in conversations beforehand, I'm gonna get the people who are on here now, and then I'll put you in a private meeting room with her while I go and
Okay.
finish up some
Thank
things for
you.
the jury trial. No problem. Who's representing Ms. Brooks?
Ready, Your
You
Honor.
need to speak. You ready to proceed on her?
Yes, I'm ready to proceed.
Well, the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Anaya Brooks, file number 21-00406, counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Erin Housefield on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Anaya Brooks, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Today's the date that's set for a pretrial. How do you want to proceed on this?
Your Honor, I don't have an offer in this case. I would request that it be set for a final pretrial and jury trial.
Monday, November 29th for the final trial at 8 a.m. December 6th for the.
Okay, thank Thank you. The final pre-trial is going to be November 29th at 8 a.m. in person here at the court. And then your jury trial will be December 6th at 8 a.m. Okay, Ms. Brooks?
Okay.
Do you have any questions today?
No.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
No, Your
Nothing
Honor,
for the
thank you.
people, thank you.
You're all set for today, Ms. Brooks.
I'll see you tomorrow, Naya.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like you did get your video started. Let's see what's going on here. Can you unmute, please, sir? Sir, on phone number ending in 0400, I need you to press unmute. It looks like a little microphone, and you need to unmute it so I can speak to you.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Can you hear
What was
me
your
now,
name
Your
again,
Honor?
sir?
Harry Kane, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Keene. Do you have an attorney, Mr. Keene?
No, I don't think so, Your Honor.
Okay, when we have an opportunity, I'll put you in a private meeting room with the prosecutor, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Corbett, I'll put, you need to speak with Ms. Housefield. Mr. Corbett? You're muted.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, did you want your client to join?
No, I just need to speak with Ms. Housefield. I've already spoken with my client.
Okay, I'm gonna move you to room 2. You're already in a breakout room, so you'll just need to return to
Thank you.
breakout room. No problem. Okay, is it more Brinkley?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Keithley, is this your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you need to speak with her?
Very briefly, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Keithley's in room 1. Ms. Moore Brinkley? Did you
Yes.
receive a request? You should have received a request.
Yes.
What's up?
What are you doing? You gonna turn this way, are you?
Makes you see to his life.
Turn that light off over the sink. She put you in.
I don't know why. You tell me, well.
Oh, she put her picture up.
Oh, wow.
She put her picture up there.
Hello?
Okay, Mr. Keen, I don't know if you all know that you're not muted. I can hear everything you're saying, and you're also being live streamed on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, okay,
So you should, you all, so if the, I don't know who that is yelling in the background about a picture, but you all should be mindful that you can be heard, okay?
yes, I'm sorry about that, Your Honor.
No problem.
Where's stuff at? It's right here. Keep that being like a little nigga.
Here, put this in the bathroom, Alice. Here, will he still out there? Marley! Marley!
She thinks about that.
Hello?
Yeah, I muted you because you're in the middle of a court session and you're yelling out.
I'm
First of all,
sorry.
I already had an issue with you showing up to court with your bathrobe on anyways. This is being
Okay.
live streamed, fam. If you were coming in person, would you wear a bathrobe?
Do I need to put on some clothes? I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is being live streamed on YouTube right now. So
Okay.
please put clothes on when you come to court, virtually or in person.
Okay.
I'll mute you until I call your case.
All right.
Okay, Ms. Housefield and Mr. Corbett, how do you need to proceed? Mr. Corbett, did you need to speak to your client again?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking that you set this for a plea date sometime after November 29th. This is Melanie Smith's case, and I don't know if the court's aware, but she's getting married and is on her honeymoon and will be back sometime after November 29th.
Okay, we'll adjourn this matter.
And this is going to be a plea where it's held in abeyance, and once my client completes probationary terms, the case should be dismissed.
I've not called the case, so we're not on the record, and I'll let the prosecutor put the offer on the record. I'm just gonna give you a new date.
Okay.
December 13th at 10 a.m.
December
13th.
December 13th at 10 a.m.
I'm sorry?
December 13th at 10 a.m. work? Does that work, Mr. Corbett?
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Your Honor. I apologize.
Oh, I asked if December 13th at 10 a.m. work for you.
I'm sorry, one more time. I wear hearing aids and sometimes it's hard to hear.
December 13th at 10 a.m.?
That will be fine, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll set it for then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Housewell, can I put you in the room with, well, actually, Mr. Keithley, I don't know if Ms. Moore is ready to proceed now. Mr. Keith, oh. Okay, are you ready on Ms. Moore Brinkley?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus LaShawn Moore Brinkley, file number 21-02843 SM, counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron Housefield on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Ms. Moore Brinkley, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date that's scheduled for a pre-trial. How do you want to proceed on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. There was no offer extended at this time in this matter, and we would be requesting that it be set for final pretrial and trial.
December 13th at 8 a.m. for the final, and then December 20th for the jury trial.
Okay, final pretrial will be December 13th at 8 a.m. in person at the court. The jury trial will be December 20th at 8 a.m. in person at the court. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Moore Brinkley? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people, thank you.
Just to confirm, Your Honor, that was December 13th and December 20th?
That's correct.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Okay, very good. You're all set for today, Ms. Moore Brinkley. We'll see you on December 13th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Keene, I'm gonna put you in a private meeting room with the prosecutor, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I see Colton Wabinski or Wasbinski.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry, yes?
Yes, thank you. My apologies to the court. I am currently sitting in the jury room doing Zoom court, but I need to vacate this. Would the court provide me a moment to find a new place? Because I know I need to speak with Mr. Keene on Zoom.
No problem.
Okay, I'll be just a moment then, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Colton Theodore Wasbinski, file number 20-01908, SM, counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Heather Nally appearing on behalf and with Mr. Colton Wasbinski. We are both appearing in the same Zoom screen and we have no objections to continuing in this manner.
Thank you. Today's the date that's set for a sentencing. I do have a pre-sentence report and recommendation. Did you get a copy of that, Ms. Nally?
I did, thank you, and I did have the opportunity to go over the same with my client.
Okay, any corrections, deletions, or updates?
Your Honor, I have no corrections, deletions, or additions to the factual content. When it comes to the recommendation, there are some things I would like to discuss with Your Honor when the time is appropriate.
Okay, thank you. You can address the court now.
Thank you, Your Honor. With regard to the random testing for alcohol and drugs, I was wondering if this court would consider just doing drugs as directed by the probation officer. I'm thinking from a financial cost perspective only, and there were no drugs implicated in this police report.
Okay, any additional requests?
Yes, Your Honor. There is a companion case in the 55th District Court, which I believe is in your same county. It is an alcohol-related case and driving. On November 14th, 2021, he's doing a PSI and substance abuse evaluation. Can he utilize that as a part of what is recommended here, or does he have to get a separate one?
When was that assessment done?
It is scheduled to be done November 14th, 2021.
Okay, and did you, are you using a assessor that the court typically uses, or?
It's his, I'm sorry.
No problem.
He is used, it's with the probation officer for the 55th. As a part of the PSI process.
Okay, that's fine. I'll allow that to happen for this purpose because he is getting one done for 55th. And our probation is pretty limited in staffing right now, so they actually been outsourcing there. So that also saved Mr. Lubinsky at least a $90 assessment fee.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll make sure he signs a release for your court.
Thank you. Any additional matters?
Your Honor, the only thing I would ask is if Your Honor would consider as a part of sentencing in this case, HIDA. My client has not utilized HIDA before. I know that it is a difficult case when he admittedly has another alcohol involved file, but I would indicate to Your Honor that he has been working to resolve all of these matters in a very good way. He's taking responsibility for all of his issues within the files. He has not had any issues with bond, and he does work full time. So we would just ask your consideration with regard to that, and we thank you for your time.
Okay, there was never a petition filed for consideration under HIDA.
No, this is not a case where the prosecutor recommended it at all.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that the defense could not have filed that, so that the court can have that for consideration along with at the time that he's going to be evaluated by the probation for pre-sentences purposes, so that we didn't get any of that information. This is the first I've heard of a request for HIDA.
I apologize. I have not worked in your court before, and I thought because it was a sentencing issue that it would be something that was brought up with sentencing. I certainly don't intend to mess up the process.
Okay.
Perhaps we could come forward on successful completion with a proper motion in the stuff that the court would want to look at.
Okay, well, I just wanted to have an opportunity to vet and assure that he's a good candidate and appropriate for HIDA. He said he's going through a pre-sentence report in the other court, so I don't know what's going on over there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if with that being the case, I have no problem with adjourning this for you to file the petition, and then when is his sentencing in 55th?
Do you know the date? I apologize. I believe it may be, Your Honor, I just did not have that on me today. I believe it's in December, but I can provide that information to Your Honor's court staff.
Okay.
I apologize.
No problem. When is his evaluation scheduled?
November 14th.
Okay, so what we'll do is I'll set it at least after then. That way we can get a copy of the evaluation.
Okay.
And then in addition to your petition for HYTA status.
And Your Honor, just so that I am clear, should I set that for a hearing prior to sentencing, or just have the paper motion filed in advance for your review for sentencing?
You can just file the paper motion in advance for my review.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Can I have a new hearing date in December?
For sentencing,
Yes.
December 6th at 11.
Does December 6th at 11 work for you?
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, well then we're all set for today. We'll see you all on December 6th.
Thank you, Judge Simmons.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem, thank you. Let's see here. Jerry Keys. It's not updating him. Ms. Also, did you speak to Mr. Keen?
I did not.
Oh, he was in the waiting room, I mean, the breakout room. Let me reopen them. Breakout rooms. Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Adam Trejo?
Yes,
Mr. Keen,
ma'am.
Mr. Keen, did you get a request to go back to the breakout room?
Yes.
Please go into the breakout room.
How do you do this, Trevor?
Okay. Mr. Trejo,
Yes.
you need to start your video.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No problem. Ms. Donnelly, are you ready to proceed on Mr. Trejo?
Yes, Your Honor.
For on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Adam Julian Trejo, file number is 21-01132 SD, counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Adam Trejo, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
And today's date set for a sentencing. The court does have a pre-sentence report and recommendation. And then there's also his criminal history attached here. So did you get a copy of the pre-sentence report?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay, any reason to make any corrections, updates, or additions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I requested or ordered, I should say, for Mr. Trejo to do a substance abuse assessment. My report here that's dated for the 10th, I'm sorry, 10/5 states that he had not completed that. Why is that?
Your Honor, I'm not sure if it was, when I asked him about it, he says, no, it wasn't done, but it also says, it's that the office, there wasn't enough time for one, I guess. I don't know what that meant. But I don't think it was made available to Mr. Trejo. They planned a substance abuse assessment appointment. He just met with her for the questionnaire.
Okay. It looks like the issue was that there was no second time referral because he missed the first meeting. Did you want to address the court prior to sentencing?
Thank you, Your Honor. First off, MC, just to put on the record, MCL 769.5 says there is a rebuttable presumption when defendants are convicted of non-serious misdemeanors that the court will sentence with a fine, community service, or other non-jail or non-probation sentence. Reasonable grounds, of course, for the departure must be stated on the record. And MCL 780.8111A9 says a serious misdemeanor under MCL 257.625 requires an accident resulting in damage to another's property or physical injury. So in this case, there was no accident reported. Other than that, in regards to Mr. Trejo, I know that the recommendation is not for probation. Mr. Trejo, he also he agrees, would have a problem doing either jail or probation. He currently is disabled. He lives with his parents and he has 2 teenagers in the home. He has a litany of health problems, bad back, Crohn's, all sort of colitis, arthritis, replacement knees and hip. He has had shoulder surgery during the term of this case. He's been in the hospital 3 times for surgery on his right hip in August. Then he got an infection for that. And then he had a fall on it and each time landed him in the hospital. Right now, he has mobility issues. His foot is getting worse. It requires surgery and he's got a consult on that on Friday. So he can't walk. He can't drive. He relies on public transportation and his parent and his mother. So again, for those reasons, yes, he would have a hard time in doing either of those, though. We have no objections to, he does get disability, so there is some income for restitution, Your Honor. But with that, again, we just ask that, that if at all possible, fines, costs, and restitution. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, I can guarantee you, based on this report and the prior criminal history and the incident in question, that there's more than reasonable grounds to give a sentence that doesn't include strictly that fines and costs. Mr. Trejo needs to be held responsible for his actions, and I am not going to discount that he may have some health issues, but he also has a substance abuse issue, or at least the court believes he does because he's not been assessed. But at the time of his arrest, he tested positive for 4 different substances, of which he's not provided proof of any prescription. And he was operating a motor vehicle while in such condition. And so that presents to the court a very serious problem and danger to the community. He needs supervision. I'm going to put him on a term of probation for those reasons. He needs some treatment. He needs to be assessed so that he can have the appropriate programming and resources available to him as part of his probationary period. I can assure you, if you are not compliant with this probationary period, Mr. Trejo, you'll be serving the remainder of the time in jail. Okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with that being stated, the sentence of the court will be 12 months probation. While on probation, there's a $30 per month oversight fee that you're responsible for, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to engage in any assaulted or threatening behavior. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapons of any kind while on probation. And you're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substance unless you have a valid prescription, which will need to be provided to probation in order to use that controlled substance. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You will be required to submit to random PBTs and or your analysis, and you have to pay the fee associated with that. You need to undergo a substance abuse assessment within 30 days, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You're also going to be ordered to complete any programming as recommended by probation.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't see if there was OWI cost recovery on here. Okay, I don't see any order for a request for OWI restitution. So that will not be ordered at this time. As to fines and costs, there's a $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed, a $50 state minimum cost, and if you do 12 months on probation, it's $360, that is. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a total of $485 that you can make payment on monthly. It's about $40 a month. Do you have any questions regarding the sentencing so far, sir?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Okay, I have here an advice of rights and plea information sheet that states that you have the right to request a hearing for early discharge from probation once you have completed half the original term ordered by the judge. You must file a motion for early termination of probation with the court. You cannot request a hearing for early discharge until all rehabilitative requirements have been completed and you have had no violations of probation within the 90 days preceding your request. Okay, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to hire or retain an attorney. To represent you for the hearing. You will not have the right to have court-appointed counsel for that hearing. I have not held a hearing for this purpose yet because I've been granting them based off the written motion, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, lastly, if you are on probation for domestic violence, stalking, CSC, human traffic violations, or an offense where the defense was asserted of guilty but mentally ill, you are not eligible for early discharge for probation. That last section does not apply to you, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, with that being said, at 6 months in, if you've not violated, you can request the court to terminate your probation early, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You're all set, Mr. Trejo.
Yep. Thank you, Your Honor. Good day.
You have a good one too. Okay.
Do I leave the conversation? Am I done now?
Yes, you're free to go. Thank you.
Sarah?
Yes,
Can I talk to you for a second?
I'll call you later after this, okay?
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
Yep, no problem. All right, and I'm
We're on
done
the
too. Sorry.
Thank you, Ms.
Bye.
Donnelly. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jerry Anthony Keene, file number 21-02417, counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Erin Housefield on behalf of the people.
And Mr. Keene, please state your name, please.
Jerry Anthony King, Keene.
Thank you. Today is the date that is set for a pre-trial, and Mr. Keene, you do not have court-appointed counsel representing you for this matter at dog at large. So you met privately with Ms. Housefield, who's the prosecutor. Ms. Housefield, how do you want to proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. I've had a chance to speak with Mr. Keene about this case and about his plans going forward. He is working on an agreement with the Ingham County Animal Control to build a fence on his property so that he may become compliant with this issue. This is the first time that the dog was released and got loose, and Ingham County Animal Control has actually seized the animal at this time. Mr. Keene does intend to build the fence as requested and hopes to have the return of his dog. He needs some time to get the funds together to do that. So I would ask on behalf of Mr. Keene for an adjournment of 30 or 60 days in order to allow him to get the funds together, get the appropriate materials, and complete the construction so that we don't have to appear before the court and appear yet again.
Okay. We'll give you 60 days. January 11th. At what time?
9:30.
It's gonna be January 11th at 9:30 in the morning, okay?
January 11th, Your Honor?
Yes,
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
no problem. Did you have any questions for the court today, Mr. Keene?
No, no, I don't, Your Honor. I'm just
Okay,
I'm just
you
thankful.
just what?
I have a chance to get my dog back.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll see you on January 11th, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, you're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.